Hey, welcome to Race Central Unplugged, the show where motorsports come alive with raw energy, insider knowledge, and unfiltered conversation. Leading the charge is legendary broadcaster and racer, the original disruptor of motorsports, Kurt Hansen, whose decade behind the wheel and behind the mic bring fans closer to the heart of racing than ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Hansen. Yay!
Yeah, it's just it's decades because let's see, I've been doing this for 25 years.
Wow.
I was I'm still racing, but professionally I did it for about a decade. But before that, I did midgets and sprint cars in California. So I probably got 4 decades of racing and almost 3 decades of doing this.
What did you like driving? What was the most fun for you to drive, Kurt?
Oh man, it's like asking me how long a piece of string is. I mean, I'm passionate about IndyCar and obviously Formula Atlantic, but I've done the Baja 1000, midget sprint cars, Trans Am, like I say, Atlantics. NASCAR Legends. I mean, the list is long and not distinguished, but the Baja 1000, I think I said Pikes Peak. Baja, the weirdest is probably Baja.
Yeah.
But I love dirt cars, and that's why we're going to drag you out to a World of Outlaw show.
Oh, I can't wait.
Somehow it's man, I'm all screwed up. I love it all. That's part of the problem.
Baja's so long. I mean, part of it, you're racing in the nighttime, right? You're in the dark.
Well,
in the desert?
It is desert there. It depends how your team is set up. So I was part of the Centrix team, and we raced the Centrix wide open Baja buggies, which are super cool buggies with Porsche power.
Yeah.
And I got left the start line. So they run it a couple different ways. They go tip to tip, which the year I did it, we go from Ensenada to La Paz, and they have the loop where you start in Ensenada and then you do this big circle and come back and finish in Ensenada. The La Paz journey is pretty amazing. I started the car with off-road truck champion and dirt champion Rod Millen, whose son is Reese Millen.
Yeah.
And that was they yanked me out of Val de Trinidad and stuffed Paul Newman in like a sausage in a it's like a pit stop. Jim Hancock, who was very much a right-hand man in that deal, who then went on to manage Patrick Dempsey. Patrick and I were good friends. He was on my show a lot.
Okay.
And then Jim got a hold of Patrick, and he was part of that camp for a while. But Dempsey actually called me to ask me the year before he did. He goes, "What am I getting myself into?" And that year at the Baja 1000, I think it was 2006, they were releasing the movie Dust to Glory, Dana Brown.
Yep.
And there were like 5,000 people at Horsepower Ranch, which is where we left from that morning to drive down to the river, the Wash, the gully. And I was on stage with Dana Brown and Jim Hancock, hosting the long trailer, which nobody had seen before. And I'm looking over my shoulder, and I got the mic on going, "What the F? Am I really going to be doing that?" And everybody started roaring and laughing. And it truly was. And the year I did it, they'd had torrential downpours for weeks. So the gully, if you ever watched the Baja 1000, the gully that goes up through town, and I mean, the whole country's on vacation. They're all there, standing right in the middle of where you're going with a little Instamatic camera taking a picture. I'm surprised they let that happen, but it's Mexico. But we couldn't go up the gully, so we had to go up into the flop area outside of Ensenada, and we were lined up down this road, which they closed forever. And you don't know when the trophy trucks go because they go first. And then all of a sudden, you're looking at the watch. They're supposed to go 12 o'clock, and you don't hear anything, but then like a CIA op, about 100 helicopters come out of and that's the chase vehicle for the trophy trucks.
Really?
And we were in the buggies. It's really cool. And the people, they really wasn't really a flop party. It's just, you know, older, lower income part of Ensenada. And people are coming out of their house. And Danny Sullivan, Rod Millen, Roberto Guerrero, Bruno Junqueira,
Wow.
God,
Who's who?
Sebastian Bourdais.
Yeah.
I'm still mad at Sebastian. We were contingency, which is like the world's biggest credential party, and we keep being pretty good friends during the Champ Car era. And he's shooting spit wads, hitting me in the neck while we're lying. I told Seabass, you do that one more time. But we were all camped right there. Brutus Shakara, Seabass, Paul Tracy, and there was a boatload of us. Newman, and the people are bringing food out of their house because we're sitting on the sidewalk, literally, or sleeping in the buggy. But I'll tell you, when you roll up to start line, and they think they sent us at 2-minute intervals, 5-minute, I don't even remember, a long time ago. And you're in line, and man, the heart rate is starting to really crank. And the crowd is like for as far as you can see. And Sal Fish comes up to you and sticks his hand in the window and goes, Kurt, have a good race. We'll see you in La Paz. And you take off, and it is total pandemonium. And, you know where you're supposed to go, but the locals set booby traps, or they'll stand at the top of a hill, and you have to go left, and they'll be up there frantically pointing you right into a booby trap, a pile of sticks.
Wow.
It's something else. And then you get in the whoops. And Rod Millen, everybody told me, Kurt, if you survive Rod Millen and the whoops, you're a better man than us, because you're supposed to get up a gear and kind of skate across the top of them. Well, he doesn't do that. He leaves the thing in low gear and pounds that sucker into the front of the whoop in front of you. And at one point, I'm thinking, my heart is going to rip out of my chest. And he told me, he said, I'm the navigator and the communication. We got a helicopter up there with all the Baja buggies, and we were BC, I think we were BC3. And he says to me, radio boy, if you talk to me too much, I'm going to turn off your speaker or whatever, the headset.
I'm like,
good. And we plowed through this stream at Mach 50, and we're already covered with mud and gunk. And I didn't get my visor down in time. And I looked at, he is laughing so hard that, I was a real poop show. And I have a picture of me when they yanked me out of Val de Trinidad, and I looked like blackface with two eyes. And I had a white Centrex Baja 1000 suit on that literally was baby poop brown. And they stuffed Newman in, and then I was supposed to go get ferried down to the next stop and run in the night with Danny Sullivan or Roberto Guerrero, I can't remember, as a navigator. And all the IndyCar guys wiped out. So there was, and then finally they got one of the buggies going, but they're already sending me back with Kathy Lauterbach from Newman Racing and Paul, and this van going through check stops with 15-year-old kids with no shirt on, with AR-16s, looking to steal all your stuff. I almost said a bad word.
Really? Banditos?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're cops, but they're banditos. They steal all your stuff.
Wow.
I mean, I've been stopped. I went back about a year later and did a 5-day wide open tour, which is, I would tell anybody to do it. And so we packed the buggies full of stickers and toys and candy. And you might get stopped in the middle of nowhere. I swear to God, we're coming up this road. Really? And all of a sudden, this kid steps out of a bush, no shirt on, AR-15, stops, and all these guys come out of the bush. And they don't speak English, right? And they come up to you, and they have the gun, and they're looking in your car, and they go, Esta. And they steal all your stickers, your toys, your candy. Then the Hefe comes. He weighs about 6 bills in a Jeep that's listening to one side, looking like the Queen Mary about 5 years ago. That's another good story.
We're taking on the motor.
And well, it was. And I was sitting on the side.
Where's the police, Kurt? Where's all the cops? I mean,
police.
You know how many police are on there?
In the middle of the desert in Baja?
Well, if these guys are there, why aren't there law enforcement there to protect people?
It's the militar. They don't care. They're afraid of the military. So they stole all our stuff. But we get to the city, we have like caches, stuff's hidden all around the buggy.
Yeah.
And you get in the cities, and you have to go very slow because the military will jack you up. So you're going like 5 miles an hour through town on these dirt roads, and all the kids run out and they swarm your buggy. So you can't move. And they're yelling, "Steakars, Steakars, Steakars, candy, candy, Steakars." So we were getting them little Centrix financial NASCARs that Boris said was a driver for him then. Little cars and candy and stickers, and the kids are awesome. We were on this big old tour bus, and we got to one of the toll stations.
Yeah.
And we had stickers on the window on the driver's side. I'm sitting on the other side, and the driver goes to pay the money, and the guy's like, "You have stickers?" So we paid our toll and pile of stickers. It's the Wild Wild West, brother, and it's truly. I mean, the cactus talk to you at night. That's kind of cool. Kind of like Pikes Peak. Weird stuff happens at Pikes Peak too.
Yeah, but there's nobody shirtless with AR-15s on Pikes Peak. I've been there. I have never seen that before. So it's not.
Well, depends if you pay your toll or not.
All right, hang on to that thought right there. We're going to take a moment.
Hang on.
Give some love to one of your partners. Let's go.
Let's go. That bullshit.
The beaming high noon sun, pop-up hailstorms, and harsh winter conditions. Colorado throws all of the elements at us. How are you going to protect your vehicle from all of that? ProTech Auto Shield is your best bet. ProTech Auto Shield is a premier Denver clear bra and paint protection facility, specializing in clear bra paint protection film, ceramic coatings, and ceramic window tinting. It's the most comprehensive protection your car or truck can get. Think of their clear bras as your protective invisible shield from scratches and pesky rock chips, while ProTech's advanced ceramic coating boasts a durable, high-gloss barrier that repels water, dirt, and contaminants. For the ultimate comfort with protection, their ceramic window tints block out harmful UV rays, reducing interior heat. And right now, ProTech Auto Shield's windshield tints are 30% off. And if you need hail repair, they'll pay for the deductible up to $500 for hail repair service. Visit them at 11114 West 44th in Wheat Ridge, or head to ProTechAutoShield.com.
All right, welcome back. Race Central Unplugged with the one and only original disruptor of motorsports, Kurt Hansen. Hey, Kurt, I only watched 2 NASCAR races this year, the Daytona 500 and what I considered to be the debacle in Phoenix. What was your take of that complete? I don't know what to call it. I mean, all 3 series, were kind of messed up. The Xfinity series was a disaster in terms of what happened to Connor Zelich, but the Cup race, I mean, again, I don't dislike. I like, in fact, Kyle Larson. But I thought it was just a horrible.
Well, so let me take 2 steps forward and fall on my face. So the truck race was great, and that was exciting to watch. And they actually had a crowd there, which is cool.
Yeah.
And the right guy won the championship. So the Xfinity race, Connor Zelich won 6 times this year? 10, yeah.
10.
Like I said, 10. And I'm mixing him up with Denny Hamlin. But it is what it is, man. And it was a good race. Connor should have won, but he didn't. And that's why we race on the track and not on paper,
right?
Or on podcasts like this one.
Mm-hmm.
But Connor Zelich, Jesse Love's a really good driver, and he's had some Cup starts. I think he raced on Sunday and did quite well. The guy's going to have a good Cup career as long as he can get with a team that can provide him a competitive car.
Sure.
Connor Zelich is, we could be talking about Connor Zelich as a Cup champion in 5 years. Maybe before that.
Maybe less.
Super talented guy. He's actually going to be on Race Central on the radio Friday nights, 3 to 5. It's a drive, 3 to 5 Mountain, streaming around the country and around the globe at racecentralmedia.com. Got him all locked up. Some more surprises too, which I won't give away right now.
Okay.
Because that'll be for future broadcasts. But
Okay.
I want to go back and touch on Baja, and because I got all kinds of weird stories about amazing places. But we talked last week about Paul Newman liking dirt cars, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that video got a lot of action. And some guy I'd never heard of posted on my Facebook/Kurt Hansen, a picture of Paul in a sprint car at Paris Valley Raceway, where he did a track day. Remember, I said he's done. I don't think he's done 2 of these. There was the event that he called me personally to put together for him here in Denver, and then the other one he had done it during Long Beach because he has access to dirt tracks real close to town. Which, if Ascot was still around, would have been Ascot, but it wasn't. So I did it at Paris Valley. I mean, he's got a picture. He's backing it in, man, dude. The dude could wheel it. I'm sorry, but it was a great, and it's funny to see that got some traction, and somebody posted that on my Facebook. But to the Cup race, I mean, what's funny about Phoenix, and I like that they're going back to Daytona, wrap the series up, but boy, Bruton Smith spent a boatload of money to completely re-engineer Phoenix and make the infield the best party in NASCAR. I mean, unless you like, women with no tops on and drunken, as you would say, pagan behavior. That's Talladega. Yeah,
IndyCar snake pit. Old
well,
days,
now the snake pit is about as benign as a pack of gum.
Yeah.
Because they had to, once Disney got involved, they're like, you know what?
Nothing like it was.
I've been there back when it was, and but they call the stage, or the stage is a snake pit. I'm like, there ain't no snakes in there.
No.
Maybe a bunch of weird guys with big beer bellies and no T-shirt, giving lustful looks at young women, but who knows? But when Martin Truex won the championship in 2017, he should have won in 18.
Yes.
He won 8 races. Hamlin's won 6 this year.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson's won 3. Hamlin's won 60 Cup races in his total career.
Yeah.
He's been second 2 times before. I call it he's a Susan Lucci of NASCAR.
Yes.
And, I've never been a big Denny guy, which is why I call him Denny Ham Sandwich, because when he said years ago he'd seen a sports psychologist because he just didn't think he was tough enough. So it's like, I call him the ham sandwich because, like, you're traveling back from a race. It's Sunday night. You're at the airport. It's midnight. You're starving. And there's one sandwich left. And it's that janky old ham and cheese sandwich way back in the refrigerator at the grab and go at the airport. And you really don't want to eat it, but you kind of have to. But it's all gooey and soft. But I have to tell you, his whole thing with his dad and the Victory Circus Cellar, it really kind of it struck a nerve with me, because I may be the disruptor and I may be an a-hole and I may be a lot of things. But like my wife said, honey, you're just really have a good guy. And I said, honey, if you ever tell somebody that, I'm going to have to silence you. Would I've liked to see Denny win it? I mean, he led 3/4 of the race.
260 laps. I mean, gosh, dominating.
But it's how the chips fall. Denny agreed with the take 4.
Yeah, I know he said that, but
that's true.
Clearly it was the wrong move.
Well, yeah, because it cost him all the track position. And when you're going green, white, checker, the one thing you do not want to give up, if there was 30 laps to go and everybody else is taking 2, they're going to be out of tires. You take 4, hallelujah, ding, ding, ding. But you would give up 8 position on the track for take 4 and track position. And how the hell are you going to run them down?
You're not. Impossible.
4's good. 4's better than 2.
Yeah.
And
but again, like you said, if there were 20 laps, 30 laps, take 4, of course. But you got 3 laps, so I don't know. But here's the thing: everybody's forgetting, and this is what I've been complaining about for years, and not just about NASCAR, IndyCar, F1. I can't stand these manufactured, let's make it more exciting rules that we have, because back in the day when before it was William Byron, whoever is going to blow a tire and hit a wall with 3 laps left, that race is finishing under yellow, likely going to finish under yellow. And so
that's not what they want, which is why they go overtime.
Right,
They don't want
which
any
is
races.
artificial. Which is artificial. Let the
Yeah.
boys race and let it finish out. And if you would have let it finish out under yellow the way it would have done 20 years ago, you would have had Denny Hamlin as a
Yes.
champion.
Denny was 2 minutes away from winning that championship. But I can remember years back at Indy where they, like Dario Franchitti's year, they finished on a yellow, and I swear to God, it's like tongue kissing your sister. It's just like,
How
it's
is that, Kurt?
pretty good. Yeah, but I get it. See, NASCAR doesn't want the races to finish under yellow, and I get it. Indy, the last couple of years, did their deal, which Marcus Ericsson's not going to be sending anybody at the IndyCar Series any Christmas cards, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's artificial. You're going to red flag the race with 2 laps left and restart it, and it's the same problem with the stage racing. Now, in NASCAR's case, they should be thanking God because, as it turned out, Kyle Larson not only won the series championship, but if you would have gone back to the old point system, he happened to be the number 1 in points, so he would have won anyway under that,
Yes.
which had nothing to do with NASCAR. It was the grace of God that happened. But
Well, you
now,
know more about that than I would. But I mean, yeah, he did not win a race to get into the championship.
Right,
He went in
right.
on points.
Points.
So the fact he went in on points, exactly right. And I can't remember who was the regular series champion this year. I think it was William Byron. But here's the funny thing about Phoenix: great venue, the crowds are unbelievable.
Yeah, good.
The weather it was 84 in the day, 68 at night. All my friends are saying, text me, where are you?
Yeah.
I said, I have a mass I have to go to on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, but I did see the race. It is what it is. I can't change it. So I learned a long time ago that I may be able to disrupt, but I'm not going to be able to change.
Sure.
And
No, I get
when
that.
I do my stuff, I want to make people think, but they're not. If they go back to the old point system, it's not going to be until 2027. So just forget about it. Forget about it.
I mean,
Ain't gonna happen.
if you looked at comments and you followed the internet after that race on Sunday, fans were mad.
Well,
keyboard. There was an overall disgust with the NASCAR fans, and the only reason I say that is I think now NASCAR is going to hit the panic button. But the problem is this is exactly what they designed this to be. This is what the outcome that they engineered, and now the fans hate it. And what are they going to do? They can't just flip a switch and say, "Okay, we're not going to have stage racing anymore. We're going to go back to the old point system." They're not going to be able to fix it now quickly.
Okay, I'm going to go Saturday Night Live. Jane, you stupid beep. It's all the hard old school. It's guys like me. But see, I'm in the media. You're in the media. I understand why they do it. They need to cultivate. If it's artificial, well, the AI thing is kind of a big deal. But they need to cultivate a younger fan base. And to do that, they have to put AI, for lack of a better description, to make the racing better. Now, all the old school guys I know are just, I hate NASCAR.
But it wasn't just old school fans making comments. It was across the board. It was a across the board dissatisfaction what happened. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think you have to trick young people into liking motorsports. And that's what I think they're trying to do.
But this is where we're at. But I mean, we wouldn't have had a clash 20 years ago. All the old schools, what a stupid thing made for TV. And you know what? To get to the clash, you had to buy your tickets through NASCAR.com so they could track it. And like 90% of the people that bought tickets to go to the clash had never bought a NASCAR ticket before.
All right, so that was a good.
You looked around.
I'm not condemning all of it.
Let me tell you, I saw lots of. It felt to me like the Long Beach Grand Prix. It was a big old party, and everybody whooping it up. The second year was bleh. It was no good. Bowman Gray was okay, but it was young people, and man, they were humping and pumping and dumping and moving and grooving. And that place, 75,000 people, that thing was a real thing. And the old school guys mostly are the guys that are all pissed off, but they're not the ones that are writing checks for hundreds of millions of dollars to try to keep a race series going. Sure. That have absolutely not as bad as the NHRA, but still They have not cultivated a young audience. So what happens when all the 60-year-olds die off? What's going to happen?
They're going to live longer. No, they're not going to die.
Well, I mean, like NHRA, there is no young fan
Yeah.
base there. And Jasmine Salinas and her dad, when her dad won a couple of years ago in Phoenix, Jasmine, who's now driving the top fuel car for her dad,
Mhm.
and her sister's doing pro stock, and they're
Mhm.
are motocross race, and they're beautiful and they're smart. They wrote a scathing article about how the NHRA has not cultivated any young fans, and it's true. You go to an NHR race, and there might be a couple, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, but use very, 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 very few. I mean, you see guys walking around in jean cutoffs with a shirt that says, 1972 World Finals at Pomona, and
Yeah.
it's all faded and got a hole in it, and that's cool. But you know what? That guy's not going to the races and buying the VIP suite and spending $20 for a
No.
Coke and a beer. And and no disrespect to him, but that's not what is going to feed the series.
No, and I don't disagree with you, but I had John Orevich on our show earlier today talking about his book Class of '99, and in there, Mario Andretti talking about the fact that during the IndyCar split, when we were a total disaster in IndyCar, NASCAR had their act together then, and they scoffed up a lot of IndyCar fans, tons of IndyCar fans.
Yeah. And everybody blames Tony George for that, which I think is not very fair. Because,
I don't blame him. I mean, I think he's a part to blame, but I don't blame him exclusively for that.
Let me make a point. So the reason why USAC IndyCar racing then became CART, Championship Auto Racing Teams. If you look at the field, are you listening? 2025 IndyCar field.
Mm-hmm.
No Americans. There were no Americans. They called it the Brazilian Racing League.
Yeah, very few.
So Tony George had an idea, because the whole idea from back in the day for a champ car, to win a championship, you had to run a champ car, a 700 horsepower fire-breathing monster that'll kill you faster than you can say, where'd he go? You had to win a champ car race on the dirt. You had to run IndyCar on the pavement. I think you had to run midgets, might have been. I don't remember.
It could have been. Yeah, but they did. They counted dirt car as part of the championship.
Sure. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And so that was feeding Americans into the Indy 500. And the whole idea that Tony George had, which actually wasn't a bad one, was to create a series that Americans didn't have a bunch of dough, could go race at the Indy 500, and it was a pinnacle for guys running USAC and that stuff, because everything was USAC back then, running midgets, sprint cars, champ cars. You had to win a sprint car. It was sprint car, champ car, and road course,
right.
Or oval pavement car. So it was to design a series, and it worked. I mean, that year I watched the Indy 500 and the US 500, and my good friend Jimmy Vasser won that race, but they rode off about 10 cars on the first lap. But they allowed him, because they ran him head to head. Boy, that was yeah. And Jimmy Vasser won the championship and the US 500, and guess who won the Indy 500? Buddy Lazier in a 2-year-old Lola, I think it was, with a turbocharged Kazi, and the whole field. That's what it was. It was all Cosworths and 1- and 2-year-old Indy cars, which is what Tony designed. And you could go run the Indy 500 that year for a few $100,000, not 10 million or whatever it costs now. You would know better than I. But I mean, it wasn't a bad concept. The problem was the timing was bad.
Timing was horrible.
And, Buddy Lazier won the championship that year. And it just it didn't have any teeth. And the sad thing is that neither series had a teeth. So basically, they gummed each other to death. And
I think everybody should take time and read that book, Indy Split, because I think that completely outlines what happened. And I'll tell you, there was a lot of ego, there was a lot of arrogance. You know what? Neither CART or IRL, this was by court order, they could not use, the court said neither can you use the term IndyCar.
That's right.
So they had to name car something different, and they had to call the Indy Racing League. They couldn't use Indy Car in Racing League. So, I mean, it was just
You know what I think of when someone says Indy Racing League?
Yeah.
I think of softball guy. When you go to Sally's Pizza in New Haven on a Saturday night, and here comes 50 guys
Right,
in the
softball
door,
team, yeah.
and only one of them's dirty, and they all got their knee pads on, and you think they just played Game 9 of the World Series or something, and they're softball guy. Yeah, well, I would have hit an 8-run home run if I hit the ball. They're not softball guy. I called it I really can't make it in the other league.
Yeah.
IRL.
Yeah.
Not very popular. Disrupting.
Right.
But it just got to be what it was, and it wasn't good.
So here's the question, Disruptor. Some people are saying, I've read it online. Some people, and I'm one of them. Some people are thinking that this is an opportunity now for IndyCar to grab some of those fans back, because NASCAR's hitting the panic button. They're talking about eliminating the playoffs, talking about going back to points it was, and the fans are upset. The fans are upset about this championship. They're not happy about it at all. Do you think this is an opportunity with Fox having a great contract with IndyCar and boosting the viewership in year one, with the great series season that they had last year? You talk about, maybe we talked about this offline earlier. We talked about, look at the potential for who could come into IndyCar. You're talking about Mick coming in, Schumacher coming in,
Tsunoda from Red Bull.
You're talking, and your favorite and my favorite. If somebody had a brain, they'd get on the phone with Daniel Ricciardo.
I swear to freaking God, I'm going to call JP, get him on the phone. We're going to lock him up as our attorney and our agent.
Yeah.
And then we're going to call Daniel and see what the number is. And then, because if Rogers, I don't know if I should say this. I think he's getting kind of a loose wheel up there.
Well, he's not a young person anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was Roger Penske, I would do anything that I could to get Mick in a car, get Yuki in a car, call Daniel Ricciardo. I mean, sign him to a limited deal for road courses and the street circuits. So now, guess what you just did? Because Roger's been talking about going back to Europe, and those races were terrible. Matter of fact, by the way, Alex Zanardi's still looking for his legs. And that screwed up Alex Tagliani. Tag's a friend of mine. That was brutal. And much like Sage Karam.
Yeah.
With
Justin.
Justin. And Sage is a super cool kid too. But I would do whatever, even if you get Daniel to come to the Long Beach race and just spin it out there. Well, he's just looking at his options. Guess what you just did? So Roger's been talking about going back to Europe. You don't have to go back to Europe.
No, bring Europe here. Well,
bring Europe here.
The deal, supposedly, the word is Yuki's definitely going to sign with Coyne. The deal's just days away from being announced. I think Ray Hall needs to do everything they can possibly do to get Mick Schumacher signed up.
And guess what engineers? Two of the top engineers just left.
Yes,
McLaren,
Andretti, McLaren, and went to Ray Hall. Brian Barnhart and
well, Barnhart's kind of an idiot, but well, he's not well liked. He used to drive trucks for a living, and now
I think Barnhart went to Ray Hall because that's where Jay Fry is.
Yes, and they also are assembling now the team so that when they sign Mick, I think that I think it's kind of a wink, wink, nod, nod deal. And so if Mick doesn't want to do Indy this year, that's fine.
Stick someone else in the car.
Yeah, stick someone else in the car. Stick you in the car.
Sure, I'll be light enough by then. I can fit in the car by then.
So stick someone else in the car. We're not going to have a commercial. I'm on a roll.
Okay. No commercial, George.
Yeah, we're going to stick Mick in the car for the road courses. And can you imagine the press in Long Beach with Mick Schumacher, Yuki's? I remember when Takuma Sato
and Daniel, if they all showed up at Long Beach. Oh my God!
Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to reach out to Daniel. I will fly him over. We got the Queen Mary as our room partner. I'll get a room on the Queen, and you and I are going to spin out that we're looking for Daniel to put it in a Marotti Autosport car
yes.
for the road courses. Can you,
Oh.
dude? We wouldn't be able to sleep.
So
Every
back
microphone in the world.
back to the question.
Why don't we do that? Let's do that.
With all that happening in IndyCar
Your money,
and
my idea.
Fox wanting to promote them more, I think this is an opportunity for IndyCar to really grab a much larger audience share and
Great.
some of the folks from NASCAR that are ticked off right now.
You know, NASCAR friends are pretty loyal, but so is the fan base in large. Motorsports fans tend to be far more loyal than the average stick and ball fan, and they're loyal. And they're loyal to their drivers. You know, racing is all about they're loyal to the drivers. Some people to the team, but it's about the driver. You know, stick and ball, it's the team. And if they happen to have if you
favorite,
happen to, you know, it would be a great deal right now is get Shohei Ohtani to drive the pace car in Long Beach or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
Could you imagine the LA market and as crazy as the Latino culture is about racing? Have Shohei Ohtani and Japanese, same with Japanese. When Takuma Sato, his nickname, they call him Taku.
Yeah. When
Taku came, and it was so funny. I interviewed him at the media day the first year he came to IndyCar at Long Beach, and here you're talking to a Japanese guy with the deepest English accent. That it was just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, where's he from?
How'd
that happen?
Am I getting punked right now? Is this what's going on here? Because it really was funny. You're listening to this, and he's like, "Well, you know, we were sport a tea." And his parents are the nicest people on earth. They don't speak English though, but they they nod, and you know,
That's why you got to bring Yukio, because you got to have a regular Japanese driver in the series.
Yeah, I agree. And he's very, I mean, we don't need, and I raced against Hero in Atlantics. Hero's a nice guy.
Really?
Oh, by the way, his dad owns Sony, so he's got plenty of money.
We were going to say that.
He was Panasonic. He was pretty good at an IndyCar, sort of. I mean, he almost got killed at Phoenix a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He got T-boned in turn, that time 4. But I tell you, I won't sleep tonight. I gotta find out.
Daniel Ricciardo in a Marotti Autosport car. Oh boy.
Can you imagine just fly him over and put him in a Marotti Autosport polo shirt, like a fancy zip shirt like this?
Yeah. Right.
And can you imagine? We wouldn't be able to sleep. The whole international press would be following us.
I'm so excited for IndyCar going into the season with the prospects of these younger drivers coming over here.
Yeah, but Alex can't rail everybody again. It'll be boring. It's like
I don't think so. I think there's going to be enough anger and frustration. They're going to figure out a way to get their acts together and compete. I mean, he's a great driver. I mean, there's no taking away from him. Yeah. But you got to step it up, boys. You got to step it up.
Well, here's the thing too. I mean, I don't think Alex, except for maybe Indy, I'm not sure if he ever really got challenged. It was driving the car at 10/10ths. He might have been rolling around at 8/10ths all the time.
Yeah,
Justin Wilson used to tell me, you know, Kurt, I always got 2/10ths in my pocket. He did. He said, I always got 2/10ths if I need it. Is my battery dying? This would not be good.
Hope not.
Hang on. Let me plug this rocket ship in.
Well, you are in rare form today, Disruptor. You certainly are.
Well, you know, it's funny too. And you've brought me. I think my battery's dying. In my newfangled $10 million laptop that, I swear to God, all this technology is a bunch of bullshit.
It's just, we're all chained to it.
It's like cell phones, you know. They just come out with the new technology and test it on us.
Yeah.
I look very pixelated. You lost my good side too.
Yeah.
I mean, I swear to God, why doesn't Roger at least make the call? And then from a source to unconfirmed source says that IndyCar has reached out to Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
Talk about fake news. That would be awesome. I should throw out on my Will Marotti and I have reached out to Daniel Ricciardo's agent in an effort to bring Daniel to IndyCar first race being Long Beach Grand Prix. And I have a conspiracy theory.
Yes. What? You said you did. Go ahead. Black box.
I don't have a black helicopter around here. Hang on. I might have a black helicopter somewhere, yeah. You know that Jay Leno used to tell the joke, David Letterman,
Yeah.
that the definition of macho was shaving with a helicopter. All right, conspiracy theory. Here we go.
All right, good.
Boy, that thing's bright.
What's your theory?
So
What's the conspiracy,
happened
first
there?
of all?
I got all dark. What
Did you
happened?
lose a battery on that one, too?
Man. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Okay.
Up, you're rid of the blip. Anyway, who just retired?
Marco Andretti.
Hmm?
Which some people were surprised. Not so much so surprised that he retired. Surprised about the timing of it, but yeah. So what do you think?
He won the Indy 500 that year, and he was stupid. He should just run Sam Hornish up the racetrack a little bit as he came off a 4, and Marco wins the 500 as a rookie, but he didn't. He went on to have what I would consider a very average IndyCar career.
It was not a great.
So
career,
Marco just retired. Is it? I mean, I remember him. He tore the whole back out of his truck at Coda, his NASCAR truck.
Yeah.
Left that drum. Anyway. We're getting that choppy stuff again now. I don't know if it's true or not, but since we're going black helicopter,
latency.
Allegedly, Michael Andretti is selling like a $20 million mansion in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Did you hear
no,
that?
in Indiana, 12 million.
Indiana?
12 million. His Indiana home, $12 million mansion. Yeah.
Could
that's
Marco
true.
be buying an IndyCar team with Michael's money?
Not with
That way,
12
when
million,
Michael,
he's not. He's getting a lot more than 12 million. I guess that could be. I think that was floated by someone. That,
me.
No, I'm saying I've heard that. Yes, the disruptor has said it, but others have said it as well. And of course, Michael has completely denied any ambition for IndyCar, and we haven't heard from Marco. Marco hasn't denied it, so I don't know.
So here we go. So plausible deniability, right? I think Reagan or one of those guys made that statement.
Right. Watergate, plausible deniability. Yes.
So Michael.
No, Iran-Contra, Reagan. Yes, Iran-Contra.
He has plausible deniability.
Right.
I'm not going to buy a team. Marco is.
Well, what's he going to buy? There's not any charters available, right? So I mean, that's kind of a problem in itself. You're going to buy a team with no charters?
I don't like this charter thing either. I mean,
I hate it.
Yeah, I can remember back in the day when some guy that drove a milk truck during the week went out and bought an old I think it was a Lola or March chassis, and took up 350 cubic inch Atmo motor out of a school bus and put it in the car and almost qualified. Do you remember that?
Smokey Eunuch who did that?
No, this was back like in the 70s.
Yeah, I know. I remember. The story is very familiar. I'm trying to think who it was that did that.
Yeah,
but it almost pulled it off.
But that's when you watch a somebody. Are you kidding me? The only thing they use school buses for now is to haul people to the speedway.
Speaking of charters, who might have the last laugh here is Denny Hamlin, because he and Michael Jordan have a massive lawsuit they're awaiting judgment on against NASCAR for antitrust because this could blow NASCAR out of the water if this goes the wrong way. So Denny Hamlin might have the last laugh. He might have lost the championship, might have lost the battle, but he's going to win the war.
Well, let me tell you. So I and a group of investors bought Pikes Peak International Raceway 15 years ago. We were under contract. We had a very large hedge fund that was our backer. I mean, more money than you could ever spend. NASCAR at the last moment decided they didn't want to sell to us. They sold it to, and I knew we were going to get screwed. I told my partners, that's why they're called the Charlotte Mob, buddy. So They were supposed to be sending us documents for final signing, and we were going to go into close on like Tuesday the next week.
Yep.
Didn't hear from them. No documents came. And all of the blue, they sold it to some other guy for less money.
Yeah.
Less money, which is interesting because the shareholders, I mean, why would you go to the shareholders? Yay, we sold Pikes Peak for less money.
Yeah, that's a great story.
And we'd agreed to all the terms, and we ended up in a lawsuit with NASCAR.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of interest here in the area because we had a great plan for it. I was going to be the marketing director and be in charge of a lot of the operations. We had a go-kart track company. We were going to buy the car. I mean, literally, I was to fly to California and buy what was left of this portable go-kart thing with the water barriers and everything. And so we were going to have a go-kart track in the infield.
Yeah.
We were going to have a truck stop adjacent to the track. We were going to have a helipad for Flight for Life, but also it could be used by anybody in the Fountain region to get critical care if they needed to have a helicopter. I mean, we had a whole plan. Truck stop, arcade, washing machines, campground, go-kart track. And we had this whole, and the whole thing went to poop. So we went to, we won everything. Because they even said, I can remember, God, I hope I don't get in trouble for all this. They said, we're not going to pay you off. And our backers, who happened to be from the Middle East, and we don't want you to pay us off. We want to buy our racetrack.
Yeah.
Just go through.
Right.
And they tried to get thrown out that the emails and text messages cannot be considered binding. Well, the judge that was handling it here said, no. You guys, we got it right here. You guys agreed. You're in default. And so we were going to the lab. We had like 5 or 6 court dates. And everybody in this, because there was no tracks here really. And this was a great opportunity. We were going to build a tough track and a rally track. I mean, we had, because we had more money than we'd ever could. Because the folks that were on, they're one of the biggest hedge funds on Wall Street. They're like, hey, you know what? For what we're paying for it, the guy spent $100 million to build it, and we bought it for $8 million, $10 million, something like that.
Really?
We can
I can't
always
believe I never
bulldoze
heard
it and
this
make an
before.
apartment structure. And they're like, oh yeah, well, God, I'm going to get in trouble. You know what? If you hear a loud shot tonight. Anyway, so we go to the final round, and everybody's like, there's no way you're going to lose this case. And our judge all of a sudden was unavailable, and they flew in pro tem from North Carolina.
No. The Charlotte mob. Oh no. Really? That's crazy.
As God is my witness, and our investors were just like, you know what? And they NASCAR played the, they're from the Middle East card.
Mm.
You know what that means? They played these aren't red-blooded Americans.
Wow.
These people are from the Middle East. Oh, they played that card. I can even mention the name of the guy that sent the email saying, we're done. We got a contract. We're done deal. I was going to fly out that Monday to California to buy the go-kart stuff.
Yeah.
And because the track was still in pretty good shape and the whole facility was we had to tear down grandstands. We had to tear down VIP suites. We did not want to have any competing major motorsports events there. And that's all a bunch of bullshit. But yeah. And it went south. It was in a weird way. I'm kind of glad it did. It would have been super cool, but we had a lot of media attention in this area because every race team owner and track owner was like, "Wow, to have a half-mile dirt track inside of a Indy, kind of like they were going to do in California, allegedly at Fontana. A dirt track oval. We could have had World Outlaw Show.
Wow.
Could have had World Rally Championship. I mean,
and it was this fairly recent,
Race of Champions.
How long ago was this, Kurt?
Oh God, this was. I know I'm going to get shot. 2000, like 3, 4, 5.
Really? Wow. Well, that's why I say I think you've got a big lawsuit
Boy, I'm really
with
disrupting
Denny
now.
Hamlin, and you've got Michael Jordan involved. If this goes for them, NASCAR's gonna in a really bad, tough spot, and it could blow up the whole charter thing.
Well, here's the thing. The reason I told that story, NASCAR doesn't lose.
Well,
Put that in your pocket.
Michael Jordan doesn't lose. That's what I think.
NASCAR, Michael Jordan couldn't shake a stick at them.
No, he doesn't have the money, but Michael Jordan has a lot of
What's
people
going to
behind
happen?
him.
Yeah, but you know what? The guy that writes a check is the only guy that's got power. People behind you are great until you're going up on triple
that's
murder
true.
charges
That's true.
for killing your wife and kids. Then all of a sudden you find out who your friends are. Rich guys are funny. If this thing gets too haywire, it wouldn't surprise me if Michael Jordan says, "You know what? I'm out of here. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
Bunch of Charlotte rednecks. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going home."
Yeah, he may not stick it out. I mean, look what's happened with Ed Carpenter. Ed Carpenter had BitNile as a sponsor. Supposedly they bailed and owed him $10 million. And so now Ed Carpenter sues Todd Alt, the founder of BitNile. And the court gets the case gets dismissed because contracts weren't signed properly and representation wasn't made. And Ed Carpenter's sitting there, I just want my $10 million you promised me. And Alt goes and jumps over the coin. So
funny how the world works, right?
Funny how the world works. And on that note, Disruptor, we're out of time.
I can't believe I told that story.
Well, you know what? It's true, so don't worry about it. The truth will set you free, brother.
True. It's 100% true.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never heard it. I've never heard that before. So that's news to me.
Know. Oh no, it because NASCAR. I bet if you Google it, Pikes Peak International Raceway sells, and the guy they sold it to is named John. John. Oh God, super nice guy. But it's
nice guys finish last in racing, right?
He's a nice guy. A lot of money. He's from the Charlotte area, I believe. Mm-hmm. I wish his last name starts with an M. But I think they have sold that track since then. But all they do run there is they run club races and hot rod meets because they're not allowed to have any sanctioning. And they don't have enough money to pull it off. We had the money.
Sure.
So I mean, they just didn't want us running.
But your money wasn't red, white, and blue. That's the problem.
And boy, they played that card hard.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Hey,
Can
I in a moment of self-interest, can I plug our news for next week?
Oh geez, self-promoter.
Oh,
sure.
I'm so excited. So starting next Thursday, the pits are open. We'll start showing on Speed Sport 1 TV, the big fast channel, and we'll be on Thursday night. We'll also be on a couple of replays over the weekend. So look up speedsport1.com for your listing, and then you can see us on many channels, many fast channels. We're excited about it, but we're catching up to you. We're not as big as you yet. We're not as big as you yet.
You really want to spin?
We're catching up to you.
You want to spin that thing into high gear? Have me as a guest, and let me tell that NASCAR story, because I guarantee nobody that watches Speed Sport 1 has ever heard it either.
We might want to do that and get some extra viewers.
Oh, I got. That's just a tip of the iceberg, baby. The disruptor is only going to be disruptor because he understands disruptedness.
Well, Disruptor, I have to disrupt
I haven't told
the
that
hour.
Story in probably 10 years.
Really? No, I never heard it, and I enjoyed it, and I'm sure we're going to get more mileage out of that. So, hey, listen, thank you very much.
Google it.
I'm going to. Thank you very much. Pleasure always having a chance to be your sidekick. I appreciate it very much. And we'll be back at it. Well, it doesn't change this show at all. We'll still be here on 3 o'clock Mountain Time on Tuesdays live, Race Central Unplugged. And have a good rest of your week. Talk to you soon.
I'll tell you one thing, and purposely because of my media, I could not and was not named in any of the action. I didn't want to be named, so I was a facilitator. I don't have that kind of money, but I knew all the right players. But it's pretty interesting. And real quick too, I want to say thank you to Queen Mary because they're going to be our hotel host for your and my trip to Long Beach Grand Prix this year, which will be a lot of fun.
Who's going to room with Daniel Ricciardo?
I stayed there 10 times. But
who's going to bunk with Daniel when we're there?
Shit, if I have to, I will. I have to.
All right, Disruptor.
But you worry like on Netflix when he says, "Oh, I miss our ice tub sessions when I tickle your bum hole."
No, we're going to sign off on that one. Gee, this has been a rare show. Goodbye, Disruptor. Bye, everybody. We love you. Bye.